Hey, RetconRaider here. Today's video is dedicated to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, with special thanks to Revenant, Alois, Anerdinwarpaint, Antonio Hernandez, Dragon Matrix 7, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, Kazorm, Lima, Nathan Welch Jr., and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. As we continue our investigation by rounding out Day 2, we need to pay the elusive Reese a visit, and then go scope out the Scarlet family mine, and no doubt get into some sort of shenanigans. Given how intense things got on Day 1, it's hard to say just how intense things are going to get this time around. I do get the distinct impression that each day of the campaign will have some sort of climactic event at the end of it, and we are getting into the latter half of Day 2. That said, we do have a fair amount of ground to cover, and some new faces to meet, so let's get to it. I mean, what's the worst that could possibly happen, right? Oh boy. Reese's home stands at the edge of the forest wall, an isolated buffer cushioning the rest of the town from an unending wilderness. Reese, it's Stella. I brought some buddies, too. Shh, not so loud. He's still sleeping. Can I help you with something? The woman in the doorway stares directly into your eyes. You can practically feel her simmering irritation watching over you. Hi, Dr. Kelly. We were wondering if it would be okay if Reese could come hang out. Nothing strenuous, we promise. I'm not going to wake him up. If he's sleeping, he probably needs it. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now anyways. Oh no, poor Reese. It's just been so long since either of us have gotten the chance to hang out with him. I'm sure he and Redcon would get along super well, too. Oh, that's me. Hi, I'm Retcon. Vivian's kid? I know who you are. The way she avoids looking at you as she speaks makes you feel like you've done something wrong, even though you're pretty sure you've done nothing at all. Reese's mom turns back to the house, sighing. Sorry, I know that was a little rude. You just want to hang out with Reese, and he misses both of you too. She sighs again, as if deciding whether to finish her thought. He's usually feeling his best around mid-afternoon. Why don't you come over tomorrow, we can have some supper, and y'all can hang out for a bit. I don't promise that it'll be perky, but I'm sure it'll brighten his spirits to see you two again. And I suppose you can come too, Retcon. Gosh, thanks. That'd be great. I can bring a side dish. Maybe deviled eggs? Does he still eat those? No, eggs are a little much for him. They don't settle well. You can leave the cooking to me. I know what he can handle. Okay, I'll bring soda then. That's not... Okay, yes, fine. You can bring soda. Nothing with caffeine. Ginger ale, preferably. Oh, and leave the dog at home. She might cheer him up. You know, they have those therapy dogs in hospital. No dogs. Why, I never. The absolute gall. Thanks so much, Dr. Kelly. We'll stop bothering you now. See you later. Dr. Kelly nods in acknowledgement and quickly shuts the door. The sound of several locks clicking into place can be heard from within. Gosh, that woman makes me so nervous. I remember she used to be so nice and carefree when we were kids. She always had the best stickers when we had to get our shots. Maybe she's just stressed about Reese. Or maybe she's just nice to kids. Either way, I guess it's just the three of us. You gonna drive? Yeah, sorry. I don't like the thought of going up there without the van. Cool. I'll take my shortcut then. It shouldn't take me too long to get there. You're welcome to tag along, Retcon. Don't worry, I won't be offended if you'd rather ride with Kanika. I'm sure you're probably sick of the woods. Either way works for me. Alright, Stella, what is actually up with you and cars? The mines have got to be a ways off, right? Don't worry about it, Retcon. There's a lot of junk in the back of my van. It gets a little tight with more than 2 people. Nice save, Kanika. Alright, well, based on what we've heard and what we've seen, I think it's pretty safe to assume at this point that Stella's aversion to cars has something to do with what happened to her parents. They were recently deceased, and she's still got this whole nihilistic, accepting your own mortality sort of mindset right now. There's obviously not much point in trying to push it. She's dealing with some things. And we just know her better than Kanika, so obviously we're not going to bail on her either. Or Gretchen, so, I'll walk with Stella. We'll meet you there. The woods are calm and serene compared to last night, though you can't help but get the feeling that danger lurks just beyond the trees. Hey, thanks for coming along with us. With Gretchen and me, I mean. I hope I haven't seemed too cold about everything that happened last night. The truth is that I'm barely keeping myself together. I just don't know how to let it out. Duke died out there last night, and I can't stop thinking that it might have been my fault. If only I had dived for that flashlight. If only I didn't drag you along into the woods. If only I'd listened to you when you wanted to leave. I'm sorry. Stella, whatever happened last night, you did nothing wrong. I just wish she could understand that. She's such a good girl. Thank you, Gretchen. Stella pauses, searching for what to say. It's like there's this guilt boiling under my skin, and the only way I can process what happened is by turning off the part of me that feels things. The nihilism, yeah, that tracks. When I'm around other people, it's like I think of Duke dying as just a thing that happened, like it's just part of another video. Because if I actually admit to other people that I feel something, then I'd have to admit to myself that what happened is my fault. Oh, Stella, you cannot blame yourself for tragedies that befall other people. Look, what happened happened, and we can question our decisions and blame ourselves for what happened until the cows come home. Or we can move forward. Together. Thanks, Retcon. You're right. I should be better at taking my own advice. I'm glad we could talk about this, though. I can't imagine what it'd be like to go through something like last night alone. The conversation comes to a dramatic halt with you, Stella, and Gretchen, all whirling around to face the source of the sound. A bird. Let me at it. I can get it. Back off, dog. This my stick. Whoa, calm down, girl. It's just a bird. The same probably goes for the two of us. I guess we're all a little on edge. let's hurry to the mine. It shouldn't be much farther. Kanika casually leans against her van as you and Stella emerge from the woods. Hey. Y'all have a good walk? Yeah, it was great. I mean, not that you were missing out or anything. You didn't run into any of those creatures, did you? Nope. That makes sense. They're probably nocturnal. I don't know if I should feel relieved or disappointed. But we're all here. What's the plan? I guess we just go talk to people. I guess so. I should probably be on lookout duty. I'm a bit of a persona non grata in the mines. Tabitha? Yeah, I might have tried sneaking in to talk to her a time or two too many. And Gretchen makes it extra hard to be sneaky. What can I say? I thrive in the limelight. We're probably less likely to get caught if only one of us is snooping around down there. Kanika, where did your eyes go? That is very disturbing. Okay, so if Stella's on lookout duty and only one of us is going in, what's the third person doing? You know those cheesy rom-coms where someone wears an earpiece on their first date? Whoa, do you have some kind of surveillance rig in the back of your van that I didn't know about? What? No. I have a pair of earbuds with a really good mic. We can just do a group call. And I take it I'm the one going in. I am starting to sense a bit of a trend here. Tabitha and I aren't exactly friends, and pretty much all of the miners shop at the general store. I don't want to make folks uncomfortable, you know? It's probably for the best, Retcon. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'd want to go in there anyway. You're good, Kanika. I've got this. You'll do great. Here's those earbuds I mentioned earlier. Kanika hands you a pair of earbuds. We can feed you questions if you get stuck, and Stella can give you a heads up if Tabitha's headed your way. Dang, I've missed doing this sort of thing with you. You're so thorough. Aw, thanks. I'd miss this too. I guess we should part ways and start the call, yeah? Stella and Kanika break off, leaving you alone at the entrance to the mines. Your phone buzzes. Hey! Can you hear us? Try saying something. Something. Stella and Kanika chuckle politely on the other end of the line. Alright, cool. Nothing to do now but enter the worksite. You pass through the unlocked fence and enter the property of the Scarlet Hollow mine. I'm in. Alright, Morpheus. Good to know. Okay. I do actually want to talk to Tabitha, but let's go ahead and chat up some of the miners first. See if we can pick up some basic intel. That should hopefully give better context for whatever Tabby's willing to share. You approach the nearest group of miners. A blonde woman, a broad-shouldered man, and a long-haired older man. Their uniforms identify them as Harrison, Davis, and Zax. Left to right, I assume. You got a reason to be bothering us? Oh, right. Let's be careful about name-dropping Tabby. From everything we've heard, that would That would put these guys on the defensive and probably close off what they're willing to share. We'll try to keep it vague, just gather basic intel as long as things stay friendly. But we will drop the cousin card if we have to. I don't suppose you guys have seen anything weird lately. The miners look you up and down. Weird how? I don't know, like weird animal sightings? Nope. You been talking to that townie? The one the boss gave a lifetime ban to? Wait, are they talking about me? Yeah, she's like a Bigfoot YouTuber or something. Her videos are actually pretty good. Yep, that's me, alright. And aw, that's so sweet. But, you know, now that I think about it, it's pretty weird I haven't been seeing many animals at all lately. Used to be, I'd see all sorts of critters. Now it's mostly just birds. This is your first year up here, ain't it? Just not used to the seasons changing. All the animals are hibernating, that's all. I don't know. She's got a point. I've been up here 5 years, and it's never been like this before. Huh. Maybe it's that global warming, then. I think they're calling it climate change now. Okay, how about weird noises coming from the woods? Anything like that? Not a peep. We're underground most of the day, though. You know, I heard something unusual the other night. Though it might have been an owl or something. But it didn't sound right. It was an owl. You're just not used to the local wildlife yet. How about people getting sick? Like, more than usual? Nope, nothing like that. I feel fit as an ox. We have good working conditions in the mine, and health is wholly looked after. What an oddly worded response. Okay, this'll sound weird, but what about knocking in the mines? Can't barely hear nothing when the machines are going down there. He's right, it's loud as shit. It does sound like knocking, though, the way the machine pounds through the rock. Not sure if that's what you were thinking. You're not asking about Tommy knockers, are you? Tommy what nows? Tommy knockers, they're like an old Welsh myth. Little guys that live in mines and knock on the walls before they collapse. Ha, nothing like that around here. I have a couple of other questions, if you don't mind. Cat. 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 Ask him about Wayne. Hey, do you guys know anything about a guy named Wayne? Yeah, we knew him. He was such a cut-up. Miss that dude. Why are you talking about him in the past tense? I met him last night. Good question. Wait, what? No way. Isn't that the guy y'all said was, Well, I guess he ain't. And he hasn't even skipped town, huh? A pretty unexpected turn of events, if you ask me. What a relief. Thought something awful had happened to that poor guy. Oh. It is risky to keep pushing them, but we barely got any usable info so far, so we have to go for it. What did you think happened to him? What are you, some sort of cop? Ah, crud, okay. That's what I was afraid of. I mean, not that specifically, but that they'd finally get suspicious of the weird stranger who just wandered onto an active mine site and started asking questions. All these responses look pretty awful, too. The street smart trait really helps out with this sort of situation. Oh, you know what? I just realized I never introduced myself. I'm Tabitha's cousin. I'm here for the funeral. The miners straighten up, suddenly very serious. Sorry, I didn't know. I thought you were maybe one of them environmentalists, or... Yeah, sorry for any trouble. You make sure you tell her we said that she's a great boss, okay? I'm Zax, that's Davis, and this here's Harrison. And we don't know nothing about what happened to Wayne, you hear? Well, that's actually kind of interesting. They immediately went on the defensive about what happened with Wayne when they found out I was Tabby's cousin. That certainly seems to imply that whatever they thought happened to Wayne has something to do with Tabitha as well. Not much to go on, but it is a start. So, what do you guys think of Tabitha? The miners stare at you, distrust in their eyes. Harrison chews her sandwich slowly. She works hard. She's a good boss. End of story. Yeah. That's what I thought. Let's move on to the next group before word spreads about us being Tabby's cousin. Once that happens, it'll be impossible to get any info. You walk away from the miners. Maybe it was just me, but they seem to think Wayne was dead, right? It wasn't just you. Okay. 2 groups left. Oh, that last group looks to be right in eye shot of what I'm assuming is the mining office, so that one might not be safe. Let's chat up this second group. Then we'll go meet up with Tabby, and if the opportunity presents itself, we'll see if we can chat with that third group on our way back out. You head over to the next group of miners. A flash of movement in your periphery stops you in your tracks. There's something lurking in the shadows to your right, and against your better judgment, you turn to face it. You shouldn't be up here. It's dangerous. Wayne! What a coincidence. I was just talking about you. Wayne, your buddies seem to think you're dead. Stay home. Wait for the week to end. Don't keep putting yourself in the path of danger. This is all I ask. Before you can say another word, the figure is gone. Hey, Retcon, are you still there? We've just been getting static from you. Oh, interesting. Oh, don't mind me. Our new friend just stopped by to say hello. Whoa, I thought I saw you talking to someone down there. Are you okay? He told me to stay at the estate for the rest of the week, that I'd be safe there. Why would he tell me that? What the hell is that supposed to mean? He must have been threatening you, right? The plot thickens. Wayne trying to make me leave just means that we're on the right track. I'm not about to back down. Whoa, so brave. Heck yeah, Retcon. We've got your back. Alright, that was a bit odd, but we already knew he was following us, so let's stay the course. We'll talk to another group, then go chat up Tabitha. Hey there, can we help you with something? Yeah, have you fellas seen anything out of the ordinary lately? Like what? Any weird animals, for example? Don't tend to go on many hikes. Not exactly the nature-seeing type. After a full day of work, all I see is my bed, but maybe a few beers in between. Okay, what about any odd noises in the woods? I heard something a few nights ago, like nothing I've ever heard. Some unearthly howl. I'm telling you, Isaacs, you need to take a sick day. You need rest, man. I've already taken a sick day this year. Can't afford to take any more if I want to have Christmas off. Tabitha. It can't be that bad here, right? On that note, have people been getting sick? You a health inspector or something? The boss looks out for our health. Interesting. Just like the first group, they got very defensive the second I brought that up. Alright. Forget about sickness. What about knocking in the mines? Anything like that? Knocking? Not that I've heard. Can't hear shit down there with the machines and men working. My dad used to work these mines before they brought in the continuous miner. The big machine, that is. He told me stories about something that sounded like someone was pounding on the walls. No offense, Isaacs, but your daddy had a few screws loose. Rodriguez. He was a fine man. I think that's it on that front. Thanks. Anything else? Yeah, do any of you guys know a man named Wayne? Wayne? Do you mean Sam Wayne? Aha, something new. I mean, it's not much, but it's something. Why are you asking about him for? Wait, have you seen him? Yeah, you could say that. He's been following me. Oh, thank goodness. Everyone thought he was dead. Now hold on. Creepy doesn't exactly sound like Wayne, does it? How do you know it was him? Well, that is a good question. I feel like if we mention the jacket, they'll just point out that anyone could wear the jackets. You know, they'll swap jackets in front of me and ask if they've suddenly changed names. They'll probably take me a bit more serious if I tell them that locals have already ID'd him for me. That's what folks at the general store have been calling him. Kanika and Sybil. Good people. But I don't expect they'd know every mining fella in town by sight, if you catch my drift. Smith, you're losing me. I'm just saying, it'd be awfully strange for Wayne to still be in town, wandering around, following some stranger, and not checking in with any of his buddies. Sounds to me like someone who got sick of work and is having a little fun playing hooky. The following, though, okay, yeah, that does sound a little unlike him. I thought his lady friend had him under lock and key. Just smells fishy to me. So there's a lady. Intriguing. Until I see him face to face, I am not convinced whoever is calling himself Sam Wayne ain't the very reason we haven't seen hide nor hair of the man. No, there's no way. He's not. He can't be. I'm not ruling it out. If you want my theory, that girlfriend of his, he wasn't the first to catch her eye. Any one of her jilted ex-lovers could have seen them sneaking around and gotten a little hot under the collar, if you catch my meaning. Dang, who are they talking about? The miners are silent for a moment, glancing between each other nervously, as they imagine the possibility. I told him not to get involved with her. I told him. Out of the loop here, guys. Who was Swain seeing? Whoa now, if you don't know, there's no way I'm poking that wasp's nest. Forget we said anything. Oh, so it's someone important then. Which, honestly, makes it sound like it might be Tabitha. Yeah, I don't want to be the next on the chopping block. And once again, we have to decide if we want to push them or not. Yeah, I mean, we've got to risk it. Come on, don't dangle something like that. Look, I just don't want to cause any trouble. Enough people are losing their jobs as is. I got mouths to feed. Okay, so there's an unusual amount of layoffs taking place, too. Losing their jobs, and, in Sam Wayne's case, disappearing. We've already said too much. Come on, boys. Oh, Isaacs? And he's gone. Should we check in? Just a heads up, the only group I see out there is pretty close to the main office. It might still be worth talking to them, but I don't know if I can give you all that much of a heads up if Tabitha comes out. Yeah, I think that's just too risky. We might learn something new, but we would almost certainly end up getting caught by Tabitha, even the game's warning us. Shoot, it really did look like Isaacs was hanging back to tell us something too. I kept waiting for Keen Eye to proc, but I guess this really is more of a street smart scenario, and we just don't have the right traits for it. We'll just stick with the original plan, go have a chat with Tabby. I'm gonna go find Tabitha. I need to talk to her about this stuff. Good luck. I've got my eyes peeled. What, in case Tabitha catches us talking with Tabitha? Cool. You make your way up to the trailer in the middle of the camp. Oh, right, yeah, let's turn off the earbuds. Tabby does strike me as a bit of a paranoid type. Best not to immediately start things off on the wrong foot. Hey, guys, I'm gonna hang up real quick. I don't want Tabitha to think I'm spying on her. You disconnect from the call before opening the door. You enter Tabitha's trailer and find her sitting at her desk, her head buried in her hands. Cat. If you see this girl, tell her to leave. And her little dog, too. Fantastic. Oh, that's interesting. I think that's supposed to be Perlan on the left. So I guess that would be Tabitha's father on the right. An open jar of GIF peanut butter. Delightful. And that's a pretty fancy desk for a trailer. What are you doing here? Hey, I can just leave if you want. No, you're already here. Might as well tell me what's so important. Yeah, look, if we're going to talk about this, I need you to take what's going on seriously. I need you to take me seriously. And what, pray tell, do you think is going on that I'm not taking seriously? What monster of the week has Stella convinced you is prowling the woods? There's some guy named Wayne who's been following me around town. There's something seriously wrong with him. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it, but I could use your help. Apparently, he used to work here. Tabitha sighs. I don't know who you think has been following you, but it's not him. If you're going around asking questions about Sam Wayne, you're probably going to hear some rumors. Yeah, I'll say. I'm sorry I said I didn't know him last night. You caught me off guard and I didn't know what to say. Sam was friendly with me. He even came around to the estate a few times, and a lot of the workers here just can't seem to get over it. So he was seeing Tabitha. He disappeared, and despite what a lot of people seem to be insinuating, I don't know what happened to him. I don't even know if he's alive. Whatever, it's fine. I know it's easy to blame the mean boss for that sort of thing. But I digress. If someone's following you, you should just stay at the estate, where it's safe. Yeah, about that, I don't think the estate is safe. He was watching me from outside my room. Look at this boot print I found in the garden, facing my window. You showed Tabitha the photo you took earlier today. That's a little unsettling. But I assure you, the estate is well guarded against intruders. Is it? Is it really? I feel like you might be overestimating Frou-Frou, but sure. I won't let anything happen to you this week. I promise. Look, if it'll make you feel better, I can ask some of my men about him. I doubt much will come of it, though. Not many employees want to get caught tattling to their boss. Which does make sense. We got a taste of that when we played the cousin card. I'm not so sure about these other two options. Bringing up ditchlings would obviously just get her to go all dismissive again, assuming Stella has been filling our head with crazy ideas. And then bringing up a potential mind collapse would just be a terrible idea, because as the head of the mind, she'd obviously react to that pretty violently. It is just speculation right now anyway. There are monsters in the woods, Tabitha. I know it's hard to take this seriously, but we caught them on camera, and they're supposedly a portent of doom for the town. I'm not asking you to believe me, but I am asking you to take me seriously. Again. Look, I don't know anything about monsters in the woods, but if there's some kind of doom coming for this town, it'll be because I'm not able to do my job. Coal is a tough industry, Retcon, as I'm sure you know. The seams in those hills aren't exactly untapped either. This mine has been operating for almost 200 years. It'll run dry at some point, maybe even in my lifetime. But I'll do whatever I have to do if it means this place lasts just a little longer. Over 100 people work for me, and for each of those people, this is it. This is the best job they're ever going to get. I don't like doing layoffs. I don't like doing cuts. I don't like seeing my childhood home crumble around me. Oh, Tabby. But every day I get up and I do what needs to be done to save this town from ruin. He's putting an awful lot of weight on our shoulders. Not that I believe anything when it comes to Stella and monsters, but who cares if you two saw a harbinger of doom? I see that every day. Yikes. Yeah, okay, well, thank you. That was actually helpful. You leave it at that. Look, I'm kind of swamped right now. I was actually getting ready for a big meeting when you walked in. But if you want, you can just wait here for an hour or so, and I can swing back when I'm done and pick you up. Just don't go around bothering my men. Don't move a muscle. Don't so much as make eye contact with them. They're supposed to be working. I'll see you then. Tabitha leaves the room. As soon as she's gone, you place Kanika's earbuds back in your ears and redial the group. Hey, is everything good? Yeah, it's fine. Tabitha was actually really helpful. Let's meet back up. Really? That's incredibly surprising. No use sticking around here. Oh, right. Let's head back outside and poke around a little more, see if that third group's still here. Now that we know Tabitha's gone, we might have a chance to talk to them. Oh, or not. As you leave Tabitha's office, you take a moment to get your bearings, only to be interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eye. A girl carrying a bundle of snacks pops through a hole in the fence and disappears over the crest of a hill. Hey, I think I just saw Rosalina. Wait, really? What is she doing here? Clearly, she is doing a delinquency. I mean, yeah, but what kind of delinquency? Only one way to find out. Let's go after her. Oh, good. An abandoned mine. Fantastic. What in the world am I looking at? What is that in that tree? Is that the fabled raccoon? Sans boots and, hood? I want to pet it. You rush over the hill and get your bearings, the sounds of active mining fading into the distance. Rosalina is nowhere to be found, but dusty footprints point towards a nearby mine. She didn't. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as a secret hangout spot these days. But the Shaw mine? That place was shut down like 100 years ago. After a collapse that killed over 100 people. And here I thought Stella was going to be the one to drag me into an abandoned coal mine. I guess we should go after her, right? Yep. Yeah, let's head in before someone gets hurt. Whoa, you sure you want to tag along, Neeks? Retcon and I can handle this on our own. Yeah, I'm sure. As much as I hate confined spaces, I'm not about to let Rosalina get hurt in there. Even if it means I have to go underground. Gretchen! Stella and Kanika disappear into the mines. Before you follow, you briefly wonder if you should let Tabitha know about this. That is an excellent question. Yes, let's go ahead and do that. You pull out your phone and dial your cousin. What is it? You know I'm in a meeting. Hey, a kid just snuck into the Shaw mine. I figured you should know. What? Are you serious? Why do things keep happening to me? Whatever. I'll head over there as soon as I can. Just stay where you are and wait for me, alright? Gosh, I don't even know why I'm trying to reason with you. It's not like you'll listen. Well, if this were real life, I would absolutely not go in a cave. Because it would be a nightmare, but in this case, we're saving a kid, so. I called you as a courtesy, but I'm not going to wait around for you. I swear to God. I'm sorry, but my mind's made up. You hang up the call. I feel like we could have probably mentioned that we're trying to get a kid out of there, but sure, that works too. You take a deep breath and follow your new friends into the mine. The inside of the mine is warmer than you'd expected, the air thick and wet. The ceiling hangs much lower than you are tall, forcing you and your companions to hunch over, your legs bent in a painful squat, as you begin to navigate its maze of corridors. Hey, you made it! I told you we would. Yeah, I just wanted to make a quick call and give Tabitha the 411. Are you kidding me? I don't know how long it's going to take for this to get through to you, Retcon, but that woman is not to be trusted. Well, what matters is that the gang's all here. We'll find Rosalina in no time. Press on. The deeper you progress into the mine, the heavier the air becomes. Coal dust hangs in thick clouds around you, even though this place was abandoned over a century ago. Geez, it's cramped down here. Does anyone else's chest feel tight? I certainly can't say that I'm one for dark and stuffy places. This seems much more suited for a cat, if I do say so myself. Come on, Gretchen, you're better than that. Yeah, abandoned mines are way more claustrophobic than most people expect them to be. And this one's real bad, you know, because of the child miners. Or should I say the minor miners? Kanika visibly shudders. Yeah, that was pretty poor taste. As much as I do love wordplay. Okay, I'm not superstitious, but if there's one way to make sure you get haunted, it's cracking jokes about dead child laborers while walking on their graves. What can I say? I do my best to tempt the spirits wherever I go. I actually snuck down here a few times to try and get some good footage, part of my ghost hunting phase. Geez, Stella, the things you do for your viewers. Did you find anything? I wish. If any place in Scarlet Hollow was actually haunted, it'd be this mine, hands down. But all I got was dust in my lungs and a couple of false alarms. Stella pauses as sound rushes overhead. Oh my god, what was that? The mine's going to collapse and we're all going to die here, aren't we? Stella sighs longingly. Stella? That's just how the wind sounds down here. You sound so disappointed. It just brings back memories of my last foray into these depths. Every time I thought I'd finally found some spooky ghost, there wound up being a very unghostly explanation. Like local wildlife, for instance. Stella turns her flashlight up towards an alcove overhead. Say, what's the big idea? Yeah, we was sleeping here. Shut that light off, you nosy bastards. I am so sorry for my companions. Stella means well, I assure you. Those guys got me real good last time I was here alone. I'm sure you're quite worried about me after my behavior last night, Retcon, but let that interaction be assurance that my temper is most wholly under control. I wouldn't dare venture away from the safety of my Stella's arms in a horrible place like this. Well, I do appreciate that, Gretchen. Oh my god, there are bats down here? I'm going to get rabies, aren't I? I'm going to get rabies and die in a mine collapse. You, holding up okay, Neeks? Yeah, sorry, I'm just a little on edge. Kanika is stopped mid-sentence by a thunderous knock echoing from deeper in the mine. Okay, what was that? That was death. Of that I am certain. That was... I have no idea what that was. Did that sound like knocking to you guys? That's gotta be a Tommyknocker, right? You know, maybe it is. To think, there might have actually been something down here, and I just missed it the first time around. Okay, no, Tommyknockers are not real. They're not allowed to be real. Are you trying to give me a panic attack? I'd love to spend some extra time poking around down here. Maybe it's got something to do with the mystery. The three of you are interrupted by a second, much less distant sound of a can being popped open. Okay, now that wasn't Tommyknockers. It came from this way. Follow me. Okay. You and Kanika follow Stella further into the mine. Oh, good. Like 6 more characters. Oh, no, we know that one. That's Smiles from the general store. That's Kanika's brother. You breathe a sigh of relief as the tight passageways give way to a small cavern. A group of teens turns and stares at you with annoyance. What the hell are you doing in here? What the hell are you doing in here, you creeps? Are you stalking us? Yeah, creeps. I just said that, Alexis. If I wanted an echo, I'd yell into the Grand Canyon. Well, gosh, she seems lovely. Your dad's looking for you, Rosalina. And who the hell are you exactly? That's Retcon, Tabby's cousin. I can't believe your dad sent people to follow you, Rosalina. That's messed up. I think that qualifies as harassment. You're right, Becca. It is messed up. I don't need him telling me where I can be. You could at least check in so he knows you're not dead. He loves you and worries about you. He's really not asking for much. Don't you kids have school tomorrow anyways? It's fall break. And we're not kids. Yeah, we're teens. Well, you still look like a bunch of kids to me. Did you guys seriously sneak into an abandoned coal mine to drink canned margaritas? We're barely drinking. It's not a big deal. Rosalina, you're 13, and I know the rest of you aren't much older. Young pups these days. Absolutely no respect for their elders. Whoa, y'all are way rowdier than I ever was at your age. How did you even get a hold of that much booze? The teens avoid eye contact. Miles tries to melt into the cavern wall. Oh no, I know that isn't you, Miles. It had better not be you. Yeah, whatever, it's me. What are you even doing here? Becca's right. Sounds to me like you're stalking and harassing and all that. You're supposed to be minding the store. It's not like anyone even comes in on Tuesdays. And Mom's there, so it's fine. Eyes dart uncomfortably around the cavern as Kanika tears into her brother. It's not fine. It's extremely not fine. It is in fact incredibly irresponsible. Why do I always have to be the responsible one? Do you know what I would give to be as carefree as you? I left school so you would have a chance to live your life. And this is what you're doing with it? What would Dad think if he could see this? Stealing booze from the family store to dick around in an abandoned mine. Dad's dead, Kanika. But if he were here, he'd be disappointed you wound up being such a bossy jerk. Nothing ever happens in this town. Who cares if we're having canned margaritas, somewhere nobody's supposed to bother us? It's actually a pretty common mindset when it comes to kids who are stuck out in rural settings. Underage drinking's pretty tame compared to some of the things they can end up getting themselves into. Hey, look, so I would love to help y'all sort this out, but can we maybe do it not in an abandoned coal mine? Oh, and what are you, an expert on mine safety? They only abandoned this place because there wasn't enough coal left to bother digging anymore. My dad told me, and he's an actual foreman at the continuous mining facility, so he knows what he's talking about. Wait, I thought your dad was a charge hand. No, Alexis, he got promoted last month, and he says this place is totally safe and we can hang out here anytime we want. Correction, your father was a foreman at the continuous mining facility. We'll see if he even has a job tomorrow morning. What? Oh, shit. Oh, hey, Tabby. Kanika sighs. It's probably for the best that she's here. Do none of you understand what a boarded-up mine entrance is supposed to mean? It means it's closed, condemned, not fit for human use. Aw, come on. This place is way sturdy. Check it out. Oh my goodness, do not do that. The teen with the beanie jumps up and slaps a strut on the ceiling. Oh, was that the knocking we heard earlier? Oh my god, Zane, cut it out. You're embarrassing us. I'm sorry for Zane's behavior. I don't think he realizes how extremely 8th grade it is to jump up and hit things. No offense, Rosalina. None taken. The other 8th graders are totally immature. Not like you, Rosalina. You're chill. And smart, too. Enough. The damage is already done. Now leave. I'm tired of people in this town dragging my cousin headlong into danger. I can't believe I actually agree with Tabitha about anything. But this is the worst place I've ever been in my entire life, and I would like to see the sun again before I die. On that, I would agree. Oh, come on, you guys. Maybe it's not a big deal. We used to do dangerous stuff all the time. And I still do dangerous stuff now. I mean, I don't like this particular situation, what with the whole ditchling thing, but outside of that, who are we to tell them where they can hang out? I don't know who you think you are in this situation, Stella, but I own this mine. It is entirely within my rights to tell them to leave, much like it is entirely within my rights to tell you to leave. Was your lifetime ban from my mines not a clear enough message for you? Hell yeah, Tabitha. Tear that sad 20-something to shreds. Hey, I'm defending you, and I'm not sad. Where'd you get that idea? My Stella can't possibly be sad with me around. How absolutely rude. These pups need to learn some manners. Running a clickbaity YouTube channel where you run around in the woods chasing nothing is extremely sad. Yeah, I mean, it's not sad. So she's sad. So what? Give it a few years and you'll be sad too. The passage of time is inescapable. I'm starting to think we all need counseling. Look, we just wanted to give Rosalina a good time. Her home life sucks right now. Yeah, tell them about where you have to sleep, Rosalina. We've been living in the library for the past couple of weeks. Dad says we can't stay at our house. They've got a hot plate and a couple of cots in one of the back rooms. It's actually a pretty sick setup. No, it isn't, Zane. Rosalina deserves better. Oh, this is about your house being haunted, isn't it? No. What fresh hell is this? Oh my gosh, did my dad tell you that? Well, gotta do my part to make this situation as surreal as possible. Actually, Pixel told me. My cat? It's a long story. I don't care about your home life. If you're going to do your underage drinking, go do it in the woods. Just get off my property. Tabitha. Look, Rosalina, I'm sure Oscar has a good reason for all that. He's a good guy, and he cares about you. He thinks our house is haunted. Oh no, not this again. And I should care because it's such a bullshit excuse. I bet he couldn't afford it anymore and is lying to you to save face. What a coward. Becca, I don't think you can, say that about other people's families. Isn't that, bullying or something? Shut up, Zane. Oscar actually invited us to check it out when we saw him earlier today. It could make for a fun, non-abandoned coal mine-related activity. Just throwing it out there. There's no ghost, Sella. It would be cool if there was, but Becca's right. I just wish he would be honest with me and tell me what's really going on. It's like he doesn't think I can handle it, like I'm still a little kid. There's nothing wrong with being a kid. You're all children, and none of you realize how good you have it. Back in the day, each and every one of you would be pulling 12-hour shifts in this exact mine. If it weren't for child labor laws, the 5 of you might have some actual character. Exactly. Rosalina is not mature. She still sleeps with stuffed animals. That doesn't mean she's not mature. I still have pork chop, you know. I rest my case. Wow, you are just a peach, aren't you? Wait, what did you say about child labor? I am beginning to suspect that these kids did not pay attention to their local history lessons. I gotta say, at this rate, I'd be surprised if your house wasn't haunted. I've seen some real bad things in this town. Even if it wasn't a ghost, it doesn't mean Oscar's lying to you. Why are all adults in this town such weirdos? There is no ghost, because there are no such thing as ghosts. Oscar is just lying. I never saw any ghost, and I was there way more than he was. Yo, what if we break in and ghost bust the place anyways, just to be sure? Oh my gosh, Zane, you can't ghost bust if there is no ghost. Also, Rosalina lives there. She can't break into her own house. There's no ghost that you know of. I bet we could figure out how to bust it if it's actually real. And if it isn't real, well, problem solved. You know, Rosalina, you could always stay over at my house until Stella ghost busts your place. We have a finished basement with a pull-out couch. Why are we talking about this like it's a thing? It's not a thing! There is no ghost! I don't care, and I can't believe I've wasted this much time trying to argue with children. I'm washing my hands of this and calling the cops. Feel free to leave before they show up. You hear that, Miles? We're leaving. I suggest the rest of you kids leave this empty mine before someone gets black lung or gets crushed by rocks or meets any one of many terrible fates people tend to meet in abandoned mines. Kanika is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. That wasn't me, I swear. Then what was it? Come on, Stella, didn't you have a whole list of perfectly natural explanations for scary mine noises? It's Tommyknockers for sure. I know this isn't why we came down here, but we've gotta check this out. Stella. I know, but weird stuff has been happening around here the past few days. What if this is our chance to get an actual solid lead? The stakes couldn't be higher. Do you have no sense of self-preservation? I want you out of here, Stella. Oh, come on, Tabby. You can come along too. If you guys are going after something spooky, count me in. Are you kidding me? Tagging along with some olds to get jump scared by shadows and freak each other out? No thanks. No need to opt out of something that isn't happening. Nobody is going deeper into the mine. Nobody is staying in the mine. You're all leaving. Oh my gosh, the teens were right. I did get jump scared. Please listen to Tabitha before my heart gives out. Yeah, I'm gonna side with Kanika on this. Can we leave forever? It'll be fun, Neeks. It will not. You hear something over the sound of Stella pleading with Kanika and Tabitha. Something like the shuffling of feet on stone and the whispering of mischievous teens. Oh, this is new. You turn to see Becca and Alexis gone, and Rosalina anxiously hovering in front of a small tunnel in the cavern wall. She freezes as you notice her. Rosalina, what are you doing? I don't know. What am I doing? Wait, what? Rosalina, don't go in there. Becca and Alexis, stop trying to get us all killed. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna hang back. Ugh, I knew you weren't cool enough to hang out with us, Rosalina. Come on, Alexis. We'll have more fun without her. Oh, all right. Are you kidding me? Rosalina, what were you thinking? What were they thinking? I don't know. I'm so sorry. Unbelievable. Wow, Kanika. Maybe if you weren't still scared of the dark or whatever, you would have noticed them sneak off. I noticed them sneak off, and I've been zoning out the whole time we've been here. They must have squeezed through that child-sized tunnel. Yeah. Dang, I've always wondered where that goes. I've never been able to get these hips through there. It's probably for the best, dear. Stella, stop sneaking into my mind. Please, I am literally begging you. If only all the tunnels down here were wide enough for adults, we could already be done with this little mess. But no, there just have to be the remnants from a bygone era. Didn't you just talk about how child labor was the good old days a minute ago? I was trying to get you to leave my mine. Becca shouts back from the other end of the tunnel. We are not about to let you come in here and ruin our good time. The mine is safe. I've been here 1,000,000 times. Yeah, if Becca says we're safe, then we're totally safe. Stop treating us like kids. Also, sorry, Rosalina. I'll see you tomorrow. Whatever. Come on, Alexis. I know a cool spot this way. Okay, I think I know where that tunnel rejoins the rest of the mines. I'll go look for them, and I want each and every one of you to take note of the fact that I am doing that. If those idiots get themselves lost and die, I am not letting their family sue me into the ground. Are those really your priorities right now? Yeah, do you have a problem with that? I want the rest of you out of my mine. Except for you, Retcon. I'm not letting you out of my sight. Yeah, sure. I could never fit into that tunnel anyway. They have crossed a barrier that I cannot, so my time here is up. But only because Stella promised me a ghost hunt tomorrow. I like you, Zane. You're a good kid. Whatever. I still have my dailies anyway, and service down here sucks. What about you, girl? Are you sure you don't want me to come along? Maybe I could help you get Becca and Alexis to leave. Don't make me ask you twice. They'll be fine, Rosalina. I think your dad would kill me if we let you stay down here any longer. Okay. Can I at least wait outside? Yeah, we can wait outside together. No, you are not about to weasel your way into this, Stella. Oh, come on, Tabby. I've been down here a ton. I can totally help out. Tabitha sighs. There's no getting rid of you, is there? Fine, I won't waste time arguing. Picking sides. No, thank you. I am not getting in the middle of this. There's nothing to get in the middle of. It's fine. I said Stella can tag along. Yeah, you sound so happy about it, too. Alright, let's do this. Sure. Let's not linger any longer than we have to, shall we? Want me to take Gretchen with me? I don't know if it'll be easier to cover more ground without her. Excuse me? I have a formidable and self-sufficient monster-hunting companion. Yeah, that's probably for the best. I don't want a repeat of last night. And who knows if we'll have to do any climbing. I'll see you on the other side. Hopefully soon. Wow, that is some poor phrasing. For sure, we won't be long. Cool, can't wait to bust some ghosts tomorrow. Tell Alexis I'm sorry. Kanika, Miles, Zane, and Rosalina head towards the entrance of the mines, leaving you, Tabitha, and Stella to find the remaining teens. This is playing out very differently than I expected. Alright, no dawdling. We should be able to catch up with them if we go this way, she said, pointing one way and heading the other. You and Stella exchange a glance as Tabitha ventures forward. As the three of you move deeper into the mines, you hear echoes of conversation bounce across the walls. Becca, why are we doing this again? I thought you thought Tabitha was, really cool. Why are you trying to get her all mad? We're doing this because Tabitha is really cool? She doesn't let anyone boss her around, so we can't just let her boss us around. Aw, you hear that, Tabby? Someone thinks you're cool. I can't believe she used to hang out with a nobody like Stella. Hey. I don't know. I think Stella's kinda cool. I like that River Runner video. Oh, come on. She doesn't even have a sponsor. What kind of a YouTuber doesn't have a sponsor? No comment. I mean, not yet, but I'm in talks with Meat Rice. And I make plenty from ads and donations. So, how does it feel to have a teen girl think you're cool, Tabitha? I feel nothing about it. The opinions of children don't interest me. You kinda hesitated there. You're reading into things that aren't there, Stella. Just because your livelihood revolves around what people think of you doesn't mean that I care what people think of me. Congratulations on your sponsor, though. Dang, Stella. Meat Rice? That's a big deal. They're on, every big podcast. Are they? Are you sure? Does sound tasty, though. Thank you. It feels like a really big step for the channel. I just wish Becca hadn't said all the things she said tonight. Yeah, she's just mean. It had nothing to do with you. You've seen how she's treated everyone tonight. Except Tabitha. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm surprised you don't have thicker skin about this, Stella. I can't even count the number of times you've rolled over my protestations in the past 2 days. Well, I know you don't mean it. Agree to disagree. Yeah, I'm not touching this. Moving on. You quietly press on. Another knock, closer, interrupts your thoughts. Followed by another. Followed by another. Is it just me, or is that knocking coming from the same direction as those kids? It's not just you. I really don't like the sound of that knocking. Calm down, Alexis. It's just mine sounds. Did you see that? No, it was just a shadow. There's no reason to get freaked out. Becca, I swear, I saw something. Shut up. There's nothing down here. Stop trying to scare me. Are you sure the tunnel they went through is going to meet back up with us? Yes, I'm familiar with all the old maps of this place. There should be a central chamber not too far from here where everything joins back up. What do you guys think they saw? Tommy knockers. It's not Tommy knockers. They're probably just jumping at their own shadows. You said it yourself, Stella. As soon as they got deeper into the mines, their bravado in the face of authority would vanish in a puff of smoke. Did you say that? It's probably just rocks falling somewhere deeper in the mine, which is also bad for obvious reasons. Those poor kids. Look who's getting jump scared now. I have no sympathies for their terror. They brought this upon themselves for trespassing in my mine and making me come down here. I'm sure they're just as upset that you came down here as you are. We're getting closer. Let's keep moving. As you progress deeper into the mine, the knocking grows more frequent. It's still distant, but it's much louder than before. The tunnel ends abruptly in front of you. A century-old ladder is the only way forward. In the darkness beyond, you can still hear the youths, their panicked arguing echoing down the pitch-black corridors. Becca, we need to leave. This isn't fun anymore. This is plenty fun. I bet you're only saying that because you want to hang out with that dorky crush of yours. She's just an 8th grader. Becca, this isn't about Rosalina. I know you can hear that knocking. And here we are. The tunnel they crawled through passes through the chamber below, and it sounds like they're still down there. I've never been this far in. Congratulations, Stella. You got what you wanted. Tabitha walks up to the ladder and disappears over its edge. All right, let's do this. Stella hoists herself over the edge and begins to climb down. Well, into the pit. You walk to the ladder and climb down. Hey, kids. Oh, great, the adults are here. Thanks, Alexis. Real nice. Alright, I think we've had about enough of her. Becca, is needing to feel like you're better than other people so important to you that it's worth being buried alive over? What are you talking about? Give me a break. The whole time we've been down here, you've done nothing but tear down every single person around you. The only people who do that are people who are afraid of themselves. Leave. Now. Whatever. This isn't fun anymore. Fine, we'll leave. Thanks, Retcon. Whoa, good job. As Becca and Alexis move towards the ladder, the black chamber before you draws your focus. The voices around you, those of the teens and of your companions, sound odd, distant. There is something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it, but you can feel it in your chest, like the deep growl of a predator. You find yourself stepping towards the black chamber before you, compelled by some unnatural force. Hey, are you alright, Retcon? What do you think you're doing? Get away from there! Your cousin dives towards you, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber. Retcon, are you alright? Oh, thank goodness, you're alive. It looked like you had a seizure or something, and then you and Tabby just conked out. I'm fine. You can barely open your eyes. You're not fine. Neither of you move a muscle. I don't want you straining yourself while you're still recovering from whatever that was. I'm getting the kids out of here, and then I'm gonna get you both some help. I'll be back soon, I promise. Don't die on me, alright? You fade back out of consciousness as your companion clambers out of the pit, intent on your rescue. You raise up on your elbows, head still swimming from the visions, your surroundings coming back into focus. Your head throbs as the knocking continues, now magnitudes more intense than ever. You can't help but notice the timber struts around you trembling, as if they were being struck by invisible blows with each knock. They're all that stand between you and the many tons of rocks over your head, and they suddenly seem terribly fragile. God, that knocking is not helping my headache. What the hell just happened? Well, gosh, that is an excellent question, Tabby. Am I the only one who saw ghosts just now? I mean, maybe they were ghosts. No, I saw them too. There's gotta be fumes or something down here. It's an old mine. These places are death traps. We probably just hallucinated. Are you literally gaslighting me right now? I said I saw it too. Stop being weird. We're leaving. The entire cavern shakes with the sound of rockfall. I don't know what the hell is up with this knocking, but that is the sound of a mine collapse. Quick, up that ladder. Yeah, right behind you. This way, come on! Your cousin moves with the kind of swiftness you'd expect from someone who spent her entire life in and around coal mines. You push your body to move as quickly as it can, though you're slowed down by the cramped corridors and winding passageways of the mine. Then comes the sound of splintering wood. You pick up the pace. The entrance is so close. And there it is. Freedom. You and Tabitha manage to squeeze through the entrance just as the walls of the mine come crashing down. Holy shit, you're okay, thank goodness. And everyone's accounted for. That was a surprisingly close call. We could have all died in there. What did you weirdos do? Everything was fine until you adults showed up. Becca, shut up. What did you just say to me? I said you should shut up. I'm sick of your two-faced bullshit. They didn't almost get us killed down there. You did. And now you're trying to pass it off on whoever else you can. It's just the cherry on top of this whole shit show of a friendship. I'm really not in a good headspace for this conversation. I could have died in there. Why are you doing this to me? No, enough. No playing victim this time. Being friends with Rosalina has made me realize how horrible you are to me. Friends aren't supposed to be mean to each other. Friends shouldn't be scared of each other. I never wanted to go into that stupid mine. It was your idea, and we could have died. If these grown-ups hadn't shown up, we could have been buried alive in that stupid little tunnel, drinking stupid strawberry margaritas in a can. Screw all of you. Should we go after her? No, let her have her little tantrum. Did that feel good, Alexis? Finally telling her off? Yeah, I guess. She's gonna be so mad at me. She probably won't talk to me for a week, maybe a month, maybe the rest of my life. It's okay, Alexis. We don't need her. What do we do now? Now I drive you two home. I've already texted your parents, and I'm sure they're worried sick about you. Rosalina and Alexis duck off to the side as an exhausted Tabitha approaches your group. I'm going to get my car, and then we're going home. Tabby. Tabitha leaves towards the active mine without another word, and you're afforded a quiet moment to catch up with Stella and Kanika. Wow. We sure dodged a bullet tonight, didn't we? Yeah, thank goodness you noticed them sneaking off. You were incredible down in the pit, too. What with the, keeling over and passing out? Yeah, I did that pretty well, didn't I? Do you think it's over? Maybe the ditchlings were here for those kids. I'd say that's grim, but at least no one got hurt. Maybe you're right. Maybe we averted whatever disaster the ditchlings were here to foretell. But I feel like what happened in the mine raised more questions than it answered. We still don't know anything about Wayne, or about what you actually saw down there. Stella filled me in outside. This is all still a little too magic for me. Just because two bad things have happened doesn't mean there's a pattern. Right? There was a stone carving on the wall of that pit. It gave me some sort of vision. I saw what happened to this place. Are you sure it wasn't just auto-suggestion? We talked about that mine a lot today. I don't know, Neeks. You weren't down there. Retcon and Tabby had, like, simultaneous seizures next to a creepy stone carving. It was like something out of a movie. Just because they passed out or had seizures doesn't mean it wasn't auto-suggestion. All right, Kanika. I feel like you might be moving from healthy skepticism to outright denial. I'm pretty sure Tabitha and I saw some ghosts down there. Did you not see them? They were right behind Stella just before you all left. Whoa, I didn't see anything other than you and that carving. That's super weird. I don't want to doubt what you experienced, but you were deep in a dark, abandoned coal mine. You might have just been primed to see things. You know, now that I think about it, that totally fits the profile for some of the Tommyknocker stories. What if they're actual bona fide ghosts? That would track. Stella. Everything that happened down there centered around that main chamber, where I saw that carving. Stella showed me a photo. Weird stuff. Oh, good, so she did get a picture. Excellent. Maybe you weren't entirely off base about that cult stuff you mentioned earlier today, but this thing felt old. Really? I was really honestly just kidding about the cult. Are you sure those were Tommyknockers? It depends on what you mean by sure. Is anyone really sure of anything? They fit the description pretty well, and I don't know what else they'd be. Point. I have no idea what happened in there. I need to do some reading on mine collapses, I guess. So, what happens now? It looks like Tabitha's back. I better drive these kids home. Come on, let's go back to the estate. It's been a long day, and I need it to be over. I'll see you tomorrow, okay, Retcon? Excuse me, Just stop trying to get my cousin killed, Stella. Come on, let's go. Tabitha starts walking to her car, pulling you by your arm. I'll text you when we're back. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. You try to keep an eye on the surrounding wilderness as she drives, wary of what may lurk behind the tree line. Tabitha. I am so sorry about today. It's fine. Yeah? How are you holding up? I've been better. Why do you treat Stella like that? Didn't you two used to be friends? It was a different time in my life. I just wish she'd get that we're not in high school anymore. I'm a different person than whoever she thinks she knows. You and Kanika really don't seem to get along. She pushes my buttons. Is there some kind of history there, or... No. Now quit talking. I need to focus on the road. Well, at least everyone's okay. There are a lot of parents who should have kept tighter reins on their kids. I never got into any trouble like this when I was a teen, and I have Pearl Ann to thank for it. Hated it at the time, but that strictness paid off. What am I even telling you this for? You can tell me stuff. I'd like to know more about you, and about Pearl Ann for that matter. Maybe later this week. I don't have the energy to get into it right now. But I think I'd like that. Progress, of sorts. You're right. There are a lot of adults who should have done a better job tonight. Exactly. People who aren't ready to be parents shouldn't be parents. And clearly there are some parents who aren't ready. Take Oscar. There are tons of people more qualified to be parents who can't even conceive. And here he is having a kid at 19 and clearly letting her do just whatever the hell she wants. Oh, Tabby. It's not fair. Okay, I see what's going on here. Oh, look at that. Do you want kids? It seems like that struck a nerve. Lots of people want kids. Jeez. Alright, I think that is enough of that. Your eyes wander back to the tree line as you and Tabitha slink back into silence. You once again cross the threshold into the estate, the musty stench of the decaying mansion greeting you with its undertones of mildew and wood rot. Well, this day was a whole lot more stressful than it needed to be, but at least no one got hurt. I'm going to bed. I suggest you do the same. Thanks for calling me about those kids, by the way. It was unexpected. You could have... No, you should have waited for me. I'm too tired to argue. I'll see you in the morning. Tabitha turns and makes her way up the stairs. Oh, that could have gone worse. You head up to your room to turn in. You collapse in Tabitha's dusty guest bed, your head empty of thoughts. After your time in the Shaw mine, you barely even notice the dust. Your phone buzzes on the table. Y'all, these are those things, right? Kanika sends a picture of a pair of ditchlings by the side of the road. I saw them again, too. Another picture, this time of them staring from a tree. What the fuck? These things are definitely not hairless monkeys or raccoons or whatever. I don't know what the hell they are. I guess there's more to them being here than the mine collapse. No way I'm sleeping tonight. You think about looking out the guest room window, but at this point, you're too exhausted to leave your bed. The adrenaline from this evening is finally wearing off, replaced by a creeping exhaustion that threatens to overwhelm you. Your limbs feel heavy, your eyelids slipping down over your eyes, even as you stare down at the ominous pictures on your phone. If it weren't for the pit of dread balling in your stomach, you would almost feel comfortable as you settle in between the covers, your tired bones sinking into the decrepit mattress. When you close your eyes, you see the shadowy figures that gathered behind Stella in the mines. Your thoughts are drawn to the carving on the wall, and to the visions it imparted upon you. Your eyes shoot back open, your heart pounding as the door to your room swings open. Just the cat. It's always just the cat. Don't read into this. Some woman kicked me out. Just want a warm place to sleep. Yeah, things are tough all over. It's nice to see another living being, even one as unfriendly as Tabitha's cat. The comfort of her presence sets your mind at ease, and you finally slip into a deep sleep. Well, that's not something you want to hear when you're in a crumbling mansion perched precariously atop a cliff. But I suppose that's something for future Retcon to worry about, because that is the end of the road for our current foray into Scarlet Hollow. As I mentioned before, the game is being released in an episodic format. They're only up to Chapter 2 of 7 so far. And as the note right there indicates, we've got a good 4 or 5 months before Chapter 3 becomes available, so while we may end up revisiting Scarlet Hollow in the future, it is going to be quite a while. And then after that, it'll become like a biannual event if I keep going with it, which I would like to. I actually still find it fascinating, especially after seeing the alternate events that played out here, because we had the Keen Eye trait. I will say, not having that trait makes things a whole lot messier. So that does give me the impression that because there are 7 traits and 7 planned chapters, that each chapter will have a climactic event that can only be resolved in an ideal fashion if you have the appropriate trait. Ultimately, I guess that would mean that you'd have 2 days where you basically get off scot-free, but then you'd also have 5 days where you'd have mandatory negative consequences, which at best you would be able to do some slight damage control on. But in this case, because we did have the right trait, we were able to get everyone out of the mine okay, which is not normally a guaranteed case. I will leave it at that. Though it also does imply some really interesting cascading consequences of your choices and actions as you move from one chapter to the next. I am starting to understand why it's going to take them about 6 months between each chapter, because they're going to have to account for a lot of potential variables. I did notice they dropped some hints about what Day 3 would entail. Obviously, that will include both finally actually meeting Reese and investigating Oscar's haunted house, which I have to assume is where our next fateful event will take place. I, for one, am very curious to see how that goes. I hope Zane makes it out. Anyway, we are running slightly long here, so I think it's about time we wrap this up. Let me know what you guys think. Be sure to vote in the quarterly polls, and maybe I'll see you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Scarlet Hollow, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official social media feeds, or the official store pages. And if you'd like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things, or maybe even check out the Patreon. Links are in the description.